Hello and welcome to the Most Epic Adventures with Rob Zip. I am your host, Rob Zip. Imagine that. I am doing an almost nightly conversation, and I'm calling it COVID conversations during this pandemic. It's been easier to reach out to people and talk to them. Normally, this is a heavy metal travel show, but with no travel really being available and no shows happening, I'm expanding my reach to more than just metal. I've talked to creative people of all types, and a close cousin to metal, in my opinion, is punk rock. And I'm friends with lots of punk rock people. Last night I had Kevin from the Turbo ACs, and tonight I am going to have Charlie Price from Steadfast. Let's go ahead and bring him on. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
It's going. Did you hear any of that?
I heard all of that.
Yeah, how was that in?
Sounded great. And you've frozen.
Okay, so we're back. Okay, so I don't know what happened. There you go. That was weird. This is the first time this has ever happened. I got an error message saying that my Wi-Fi was no good and maybe I should connect it to an Ethernet. But I have really good internet, and I've never had that issue before. It could just be that it is Saturday night and just everybody's on the internet. I guess maybe.
That's probably it. I think the internet's hurting these days. Too many acoustic shows.
Yeah, I haven't really watched too many of those. So as I was saying, I've known you since the 90s at least. I mean, sometime in the 90s.
Probably like 97, 98. Like a long time ago. Over 20
Yeah. 22, 23 years.
It's crazy.
And so you're a drummer.
I am.
You've been a drummer all this time. Actually, like more than just a drummer, Charlie. You made my first website, dude. Do you remember that?
Shit, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah. And didn't we? It wasn't Comic Sans font, but it was similar.
Oh, Lord save us. That's awesome.
Yeah, and like that domain, like I can't even get that domain now because when I started my job, they made me shut the website down.
Really?
Yeah, and like I had to not just shut the website down, but I had to like give up the domain. Like I had to release the domain, and
crazy.
And someone bought it. Some like domain squatting company bought it, and it's just astronomically expensive.
That's crazy. That happened to me with next to nothing, and finally years later, I was able to pick it up for like $100.
Oh God, it's crazy, dude. So yeah, so you've been in bands this whole time. You just mentioned next to nothing.
Yep.
Another thing that stands out to me was a show you guys played.
Zipfest.
Well, you guys played Zipfest?
We did. Chug did. Chug, my first band was Scott.
Chug, that's right.
We played Zipfest. We actually drove past that venue the other day off the toll road, and we were talking about Zipfest.
Nice. So this is 2 nights in a row I've had Zipfest veterans on the show.
Nice.
Did you see the one yesterday? I had Kevin from the Turbo ACs.
Oh, that's awesome. I missed that.
Yeah, he has a pizza shop in Puerto Rico now.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's right on the beach. So he's showing us the beach and his pizza shop and stuff.
Nice.
It's really cool, man. I wanna go down there when it's possible.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
But yeah, so I didn't even think about that. 2 nights in a row, Zip Fest veterans. That's crazy. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, like in 98, 99, did I do it in 2000? I don't know. I did a festival called Zip Fest. And I just put together I just wanted to put together a show at my like old Boy Scout place because they had like a little pavilion area thing with a stage, and they weren't using it for anything. So I was like, well, let me put on a show here, and it was cool. It was cool.
Now it's a really bad bar.
No, I don't think you're thinking of the same place, dude.
I thought it was at Westfields on the railroad.
Oh, that was Gobblestock.
Oh,
That was
but we also played a Zip Fest.
yeah, yeah. So Gobblestock. So when I did Zip Fest, it attracted some interesting people, but there's this guy came and he he wanted to start a company where they did live recordings from concerts or whatever. So he had all this equipment and he was recording all the bands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had tapes from all the bands. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't talk to that guy anymore, so I don't know. Yeah, but so he liked what I did, just throwing together something at a Boy Scout place. He wanted to do something bigger. So I was like, okay. And yeah, we put together Gobblestock. That was not, you know what? So Zipfest, that shitty name was my fault. I did not come up with Gobblestock. I actually was very against the name Gobblestock. But it was around the Thanksgiving time. So, you know, they just wanted to, I just was like, whatever, dude. Whatever. So Gobblestock, that was a fun show. But the show I was thinking of was when Next to Nothing opened up for AFI and the Distillers.
That was a good one.
Man, it was cool. Like, I think you put me on the guest list for that show because I don't think I was working at Fitz at the time. And I got there early and was hanging out. I think I might have interviewed you guys. Oh, what the?
See that spamming that just hit?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So okay. So I'm broadcasting on my personal Facebook, on the Facebook for the Most Epic Adventures, my YouTube, Periscope for Twitter at Most Epic Show, and on twitch.tv/RobZip. And we get the most unique comments.
That's an interesting one.
from people on Twitch. So Twitch, I don't even want to. Should I read it?
The name is what's cracking me up.
Durka 01010101. I'm not. No, I'm not.
No.
And I can't delete it. So whatever. Anyway, so here is here I'm gonna go ahead and post the link to your band's YouTube.
Cool.
It says, "Whoops, Periscope didn't get your comment. It was probably filtered. Periscope filters anything that looks like spam."
Oh, good.
Yeah. So sorry, dude.
No worries.
You guys need to get a better YouTube. I
think
you got to get to 100 subscribers.
Yeah, I think we're getting close. No, we're not anywhere close. We're at 23.
Oh no, mute. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up your YouTube now. So let's go to. I'm gonna do a share screen. Here we go. I'm gonna share it. So, Cat, no, don't drink my drink. This is my drink. So, you gave me the okay. You sent me in the private chat. You see, I copy this. I'm gonna paste it. All right, so here's your Steadfast YouTube. So I can show the video this way. I'll go ahead and like it. I like it, and I'll subscribe. There you go. So
oh, go ahead.
No, so this video has 844 views. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
23 subscribers. We need some help with that. So, and there you are drumming. So yeah. we can't hear it. We can't hear it. So, what's going on here, Charlie?
So this is the single for off our new record. We have my band Steadfast. We've got a record coming out. It'll hit digital streaming on June 5th. This is the first single we released. It's already out on Spotify, Apple Music, all the normal places. And Scott Barber from Next to Nothing, actually, he's got a videography company, and he shot this video for us. So this was our first video. And we had a lot of fun shooting that. This is this is the band, and then two of my closest friends are in there. My roommate Daniel, and then my buddy Mills, who's kind of my partner in crime. Mills and I do really stupid hip hop songs on the side for fun, and I'll have to send you some of those. But yeah, this is the first single. We've got a lot of big plans. I got the test pressing for the record last week, so. My first record to release on vinyl, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Very cool.
And, it sounds amazing. We recorded it all here in my house, which was really fun. So I've got a little studio here, and we knocked it out, and it's pretty exciting. We're looking forward to when we can actually get out and play again. This shutdown has made being in a band kind of a pain in the ass.
So I mean, you guys are a punk band. I'm gathering.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what you've been doing. There you go. Are going into Carafe.
Yeah.
The oldest business building in Houston. Supposedly haunted.
Yeah, it was actually kind of rad because our bass player Andrew's friends with whoever was working that night. So the upstairs bar was closed, but we got to go up there and there we are upstairs. Just got to sit up there at the bar upstairs and hang out. So it made for
and your friends behind the bar.
Yeah.
So who is in your band?
All right. So the singer is Jason Bancroft. He's been in punk rock bands, Texas bands for as long as we have. He was in Houston-based band The Groms way back in the day.
Was that Mike that just came out there with you?
I don't know. No, Mike. No,
okay.
That's Jason. He was in the Groms from Houston way back in the day. Okay. And then more notably, he was in Black Star Brigade from Austin in the early 2000s. And then Andrew Whooper plays bass. He was in Texas Mod Crushers. He's kind of part of the reason Jason got this band back together. This Steadfast way back in the day was kind of a side project with a bunch of supergroup people from Austin, the Austin punk rock scene. And then Jason, they played like one show, and then Jason moved back to Houston. So when he reached out, Andrew started like riding Jason to get a new band together, and Jason decided to revive Steadfast, and then kind of history after that. And then the other guitarist is our buddy Travis, who's been in all kinds of bands throughout the years. He played at Jason had a folk Americana project called The Wealthy Beggars, and that's kind of where Travis came into the picture. But we have a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun bands I've ever been in. I've been in, obviously, I've been in bands since I was like 14, so more than half of my life, and this band is definitely one of the most fun projects. Everybody's just in it for the fun. We just get stupid. We have a lot of fun together, and it's just like hanging out with some of my best friends all the time. So it's really a lot of fun.
You are at the White Swan.
Yeah, that venue's actually gotten a lot better. I hadn't played there in years, and we were asked to play there to help out this band Amuse that was on tour on like a Wednesday night, and I was like, oh boy, Wednesday night shows in Houston don't do very well. And then at the White Swan at that,
Mhm.
and I hadn't been there in probably 6-7 years, and it was actually a lot of fun. The venue's cleaner than I remember, and I actually didn't feel like I was going to get mugged out in the parking lot, and we had a blast. I actually look forward to playing there again.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that place, honestly, myself, but I mean, it's a venue. The people that run it are nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and shit, that's probably like 9/10 of what was most important, right?
Yeah, for real, for real. I mean, we're losing good. There's not a lot of great venues left in Houston to play. So even having a place that's able to host shows like weeknight shows, and you can get the venue, and they're not assholes about it, and we'll let you kind of do your own thing there is always a good thing in my book.
Yeah, I mean, what I don't know how true this is, but it's like you pay $75 and then book your own show.
Yeah, but you provide all the other. Yeah, and then you tip the sound guy, I think, but yeah, it was great. It was awesome. It was a good show.
Right on, man. So, I mean, obviously nobody's playing out right now, but when you guys do your album release, do you have any plans for that?
Currently, we have a hold on July 18th or 19th, whatever the Saturday is at Rudyard's for that. And it's hard to say at this point. We've got some ideas, but with travel restrictions and everything, it's really kind of hard to really say what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We've got we had my buddy Courtney, who plays keyboards in Tsunami Bomb, played on a couple tracks on the record. She's on 4 of the tracks.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was trying to talk her into coming down and playing the album release, kind of to give that whole album experience with all the players on it playing live. So that's kind of hopefully in the works. But without knowing a real date, it makes it a little difficult to coordinate stuff right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you mentioned Tsunami Bomb.
Yeah.
You're real close with those guys.
Oh yeah, I'm their tour manager. So whenever they get out on the road, I get to go and herd cats and make sure we get places on time and get paid and get fed, and that's been a lot of fun too. And they got back together a few years ago. It was supposed to be just kind of a one-off show with a new singer, just that was gonna for the one show, and then it just kind of took off from there. And it's been 4 years now since they got back together. They've released a new record that's really amazing, and they signed to AT, to Alternative Tentacles, and
nice.
Yeah, so that's been a wild ride as well. Like,
so do you have any Jello Biafra stories that you can tell?
I finally met him for the first time at the AT 25th anniversary party. I guess that was end of last year. It was interesting. He's a very interesting person, but very, very nice man, but very strange person.
Yeah.
So
how did you end up becoming the tour manager for Tsunami Bomb? Because you don't do that for anybody else, do you?
No, I don't do that for anyone else. After, like, from the Next to Nothing days, I was good friends with Dominic, the bass player. Afterwards, we just remained really good friends, and Gabe, the drummer, and we remained really, really close friends. And when they got back together, they came through, did a small Texas run, and my band played the Houston show at the time, and then I actually loaned them all of my band's gear to do the rest of the Texas states, and then we just pulled a trailer and I drove them around, and kind of just casually had mentioned to Dom, hey, if this thing actually takes off anymore and you guys need somebody to TM, sling merch, whatever, I was like, I'd love to. I was traveling a lot with work, so I had a ton of air miles, so I just would use some miles to meet them, and then just jump into the rock and roll mode for long weekends. And then since then, we did a couple times at Warped Tour, and we did the final Warped Tour in San Francisco last year, and it's just kind of taken off from there.
The final Warped Tour.
Yeah, I think that's pretty final.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be something. I think Kevin Lyman will move on to something else.
I don't know. Well, maybe. I mean, right now there is no tours of any sort, so that's crazy, man. So, like, do you have any tour manager stories? Like, Like any run-ins with local police or biker gangs or anything?
We're actually a big group of nerds, so we're like the nicest, chillest.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably me and Courtney are probably the two that party the most of the band, but afterwards we always just end back up at the hotel, just like hanging out together. Nothing, no wild, crazy antics. It's maybe getting old. I don't know. It's we're usually we're pretty good. I haven't had anything too crazy that I can talk about publicly.
Fine. Well, so let's go back to the Steadfast album. So you have a oh look, we got a nice little note here.
Hey, that's Toby.
You see that? There we go. Toby says, "You're looking good, Charlie." So I look like crap. Oh, that's fine. I don't think I know Toby, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys had a record release party, and I saw you posted you actually got your first test pressing.
Yes, sir. It's awesome. It sounds amazing. Super stoked. A lot of work went into that. It was one of those things. That's the first record I've like recorded in my house. So it sounded great digitally, but when it comes back on vinyl, you really don't know. And it was one of those, I was pretty nervous, just wondering how bad did I fuck the whole thing up. Once we got it pressed, and it sounded bigger and better than what we expected. So I'm super amped. We gave the all clear this week to move forward with the pressing. So super exciting.
And when you get it, are you going to wait to your party?
No, at this point, not knowing, we even moved up because originally even the release to all the streaming services, we were going to wait and kind of have it all in July on that same date. But we've decided we move that date up. The album will release on June 5th on digital services. And then once we get the record, I'll put them up online and we'll start just selling them through the website, because who knows when we'll actually be able to play again.
Yeah. So what's the website?
SteadfastHTX.com.
SteadfastHTX.com.
There it is.
Let's see. Okay. I was going to see if Twitter was going to give me a so there we go. There it is.
We've got a ton of go visit that site, buy merch if you like us. We've got a ton of merch on there, so support us during our time of not playing shows.
What are you drinking right now?
Currently, I'm drinking a watermelon White Claw.
Watermelon White Claw.
I gotta watch my figure in these times.
So White Claw came out after I stopped drinking. It's been like 2.5 years now. Are White Claws low calorie or something? Or
they are. They're 100 calories and 2 carbs. So
okay.
I don't normally drink during the week. I got to where I was just drinking too much. So my rule was no drinking during the week. Not because I was worried I was drinking too much, because I was worried I was putting on too much weight just by getting hammered every night. So then all of a sudden we had heard about these White Claws. This was about a year ago. Steadfast, when we were playing in McAllen, and Jason kind of came up to me and was like, "What's the deal with these?" And then I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of like the new hipster. It's the new Zima of hipster drinks." And he's like, "Oh, it'd be really funny if us, a bunch of like burly old fat dudes, got on stage and we just like drank White Claw the whole time." And we're like, "Huh, that would be funny." I was driving back from McAllen that night, so there was no way I was drinking that show. But then we did a quick like long weekend tour to Colorado, and we decided to try these things seriously, and they're actually pretty damn good. And it got to the point, my buddy Daniel was driving us, so we had a DD the whole time, and Travis, our guitarist, and I got to where every gas station we'd stop at, we would buy a 6-pack of them and just crush them in the parking lot. and that was just kind of the rule. Every time we stopped at a gas station, we'd buy another 6-pack. Well, the more you drink, the more you have to stop, the more you drink, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And we started like tweeting pictures at White Claw, trying to get that, like borderline harassment. Really hoping to get a response from them, but we never really. They never bit. But ever since then, like it's a kind of a staple in everybody in my band's like routine. Is we had a band happy hour online the other day, and every single one of us was drinking White Claw, and it's just become a thing. It's kind of funny. It started as a joke.
So who owns White Claw?
That is a good question. I have no clue.
I'm gonna look it up. Who? Because it can't be just like an independent. It's got to be like Coors or something.
By White Claw Seltzers is all it says on the can. It does not say any. Oh wait.
Huh. Okay, so it's the guy.
Mark Anthony Brands.
Yeah, so they make Mike's Hard Lemonade. But I'm so confused. Half of those sales are concentrated on a Sequel brand, White Claw, which is owned by Mark Anthony Brands, the owner of Mike's Hard Lemonade, and is the next leading brand, Truly, which is owned by Boston Beer Company. Together make up about 85% of hard
seltzers. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is Mark Anthony Brands. Yeah, it was introduced in 2016. So I stopped drinking at the end of 2017. So I guess I just didn't.
I don't think it caught on till it was a little later than that. I saw it for the first time at Fest, the music festival in Gainesville. And I guess 3 years ago is the first time I saw it. So into 2017 is kind of the first time I saw it, and it was all these kids drinking PBR and this White Claw stuff. And my buddy Renee that was there with us, I was making fun of her for drinking it. And I was like, just be a man, drink a real beer. And she's laughing. And then I tried it. I was like, okay, I'll give you a pass on that. But the problem is people think this stuff's actual water and they're hydrating by drinking.
Right. No.
Malted beverage.
So we got the flavors here. Tell me, can you give me your opinion on the flavors? Have you had all of them?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've had them all. Mango is absolutely the best, and I've since switched to a mango.
Okay, so we've got black cherry.
Tastes like cough syrup.
Ruby grapefruit.
That's my second favorite. It's pretty legit.
Okay, natural lime.
Lime. It's all right. It's kind of a fake lime taste.
Yeah,
but it's all right. It's not bad.
Raspberry.
Yeah, it's all right. Kind of fake taste. It got the fake raspberry taste.
Okay, and you already said mango's your favorite.
It's legit. It's the best.
Okay, lemon.
Lemon's all right. It'll pass.
Tangerine.
Those okay. Now we're into the new flavors. Tangerine's all right. It's
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tangerine's a new flavor. Yeah.
And then watermelon.
Which is what you're drinking.
I was. Yeah. Watermelon tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. There is one more flavor. That's unflavored, pure hard seltzer.
Oh, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage.
Is it really?
Oh, it's absolute garbage. Funny story about that. My buddy Mills, I was talking about earlier. We keep joking around. We've got an idea for a concept video or a YouTube video to poke fun at White Claw for naming their uncolored, unflavored White Claw pure. He's black. So we plan on shooting a video calling them out for being racist for their unflavored White Claw pure. We're still Mills has a script written, and previously when I had a job, I was like, I can't put my face or like name on this because that could freak people out a little bit. So I can't have that go to the internet because my luck it would go viral. And here I am in this video that's going to definitely be controversial.
Put it on TikTok.
Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, the White Claw, that's a thing.
Wow, dude. Now what about these other companies making their own versions?
All garbage. I've not had any of them that are good. I've tried them all. Some people swear by the Trulies. Some of them have some different flavors. The best I've had was a knockoff Aldi version of White Claw.
Okay.
I got that when the lockdown first started. I grabbed some of those when I was getting some groceries because I didn't realize Total Wine delivered to my house. So bought some Aldi version of the White Claws, and I mean it'll does the job, but I'm a purist, I guess.
Is there an Aldi over there or a Total Wine?
There's an Aldi that just opened on Rayford Road, and there's a Total Wine over in the Woodlands that'll deliver to my house.
Okay, I know where that Total Wine is.
Yeah, I just got my White Claw delivery yesterday.
Interesting times we're living in, huh?
This is a strange world of food delivery and booze delivery.
Booze delivery.
I read yesterday the governor's actually considering leaving the laws where bars and stuff can have to go and take out drinks going forward.
I mean, the breweries and restaurants have been pushing it for that forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as a business-minded governor, so he says, you would think that would just make sense.
Absolutely.
You know,
those blue laws have been around for way too long. It's time to lighten up on all those restrictions on the alcohol sales and all that in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I haven't drank in 2.5 years, but there's just things that make sense.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
So it's dumb. It's real dumb. But you know, people pay them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as long as they're paid by certain people to do certain things or not do certain things, that's just how it works.
Yep, that's what it is.
Oh man. So are you excited for Star Wars Day?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It'll be a bunch of stupid memes on the internet, a bunch of websites selling Star Wars stuff for way too cheap that I'll have some drinks and buy way too much stuff for my house. And yeah, sure.
Do you have a doll of the child in your home?
I do not.
No, I don't. No. I do have a plush Yoda.
Nice. I do as well.
You know, can kind of pass for that, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, I've got I think my mom gave me that a while ago. Actually, it's on my bed. It's there it is.
You got a Yoda on your bed.
I do. You've been over to this house, right? My house. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the Museum of Punk Rock and Star Wars. Is what I tell people.
It's been a little while. I think the last time I was there, you had just had like some throat surgery.
Oh, tonsils.
Yeah. And so you gave me some passes for Space City Con because you couldn't go.
Yeah, right on. Awesome.
I think that was the last time I was there, Charlie. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. I don't think I don't really have the big parties and shit at my house anymore. It's too much work.
Yeah.
But my neighbors love that I've quit that. But so, well, cool. Yeah.
I mean, your parties didn't really ever get out of hand, though, did they?
My first party I had here at this house, or my second one, was a Halloween party. And throughout the night, about 150 people came or went.
Okay.
So at peak, there was 65, 70 people in my backyard. It was a shock for the neighborhood.
Okay. I came to a Halloween party once at your place, but I didn't stay very long because I had a couple other parties to go to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it might have been, I don't know. It might have been that one. I might have just got there too early.
Sure. Right on.
Well, it was one of those things you're driving around, and then at that time, I think I was still drinking. So this had to be like close to 3 years ago.
Yeah. 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to, you know, get sloshed at one party and not be able to go to the next, or, you know, get to the last one and be like, oh shit, you know, because even when I drank, I tried to still be responsible.
Absolutely.
Somewhat, you know, so that's crazy times, man. Crazy times. So with the lockdown and everything, are you guys, I mean, are you guys meeting for practice at all, or?
We've actually have almost an entire second record in the works now. I think Jason, guitarist, singer, he kept sending me these little phone recordings of ideas he had, and I'm like, okay, these are good, but it's garbage. You're recording them with your phone. I can't do anything with them. And I said, let's get you in a little interface and the same software I use for recording, and then you can start tracking guitars. Well, about 3 days later, after he got it and we got him set up, I get like five new tracks. And now I'm sitting there and I've got one that I've actually laid drums down to, and I've got 10 others sitting there that I've got to work on. He's already written 11 songs.
Wow.
And now everybody in the band has the software and has Andrew, our bass players. There's a mad rush on recording interfaces right now too. So his should be here, I think, next week, so he can start laying down bass lines. But we've got almost an entire second record written. That's
amazing.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like we're doing basically scratch tracks and real drums, because I'm forcing Jason to do all this with a click track. So so my drums will be keeper tracks, and then once this is all over, everybody will come over, re-record their parts, and we'll spend some time over the next 6 to 8 months finishing up a second album, or some of this maybe 7 inches, just some different stuff. Obviously, we've got a new record to promote, so I don't want to jump ahead too far. Of putting out additional material when we're trying to sell the 500 records we have showing up in a couple of weeks.
So you guys are just putting that out on your own, huh?
Right now, yes, sir. They're just going to keep putting it out on our own until it's doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, if the right opportunity came by, right label, somebody wanted to put stuff out, we'd consider it. But
talk to your friend Jello.
It's actually funny. Dominic from Tsunami Bomb, he's actually he runs AT for Jello now. He's the vice president. But yeah, no, that's good. I'm good there.
No, why is that?
No, they're good. They're a great label, I think. But my thing is that a band our level, until we're out playing a lot, I think there's not going to be a lot more we could do with the label.
Right. That's fair enough.
Until we've built up a fan base and we're out playing shows a bit more.
Right.
We can just keep putting stuff out on our own.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, you guys aren't trying to be rock star millionaires with this. I mean,
no, those days are come and gone.
You never know, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, go on the road for 6 months and I'll pay your bills," I'll be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, hitting the road's fun. Especially you're slamming White Claws at every gas station. So do you have a favorite bathroom other than Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's doesn't count.
That's kind of the prime real estate is Buc-ee.
Yeah.
For me, shit, I can't say that I do. They're all they all serve a purpose. There's not I have no shame though. I've been in some of the worst bathrooms in the world.
in the world.
Oh yeah,
because you've gone to the Middle East a lot, right?
I've been Middle East and Bangladesh, where it is.
Ooh, Bangladesh,
where it's hover toilets. It just holes in the ground. So anything that's got an actual Western style toilet is a better option than some of the ones I've seen.
Wow, man. So yeah, tell us some of your travel stories, Charlie.
I mean, I've been to all over the world and some of the craziest places. It's nothing too. It was all for work. So, I've seen some interesting, crazy third world countries where poverty is just kind of crazy. It's a little scary when you're walking down a street and somebody that's never seen like a full sleeve of tattoos comes beelining at you and just grabs your arm and starts like analyzing your tattoo, and then having security have to pull that person off of you because you don't know if they're looking at the tattoos or if they're about to do something a little more nefarious. So
yeah,
that happened a couple times. That was a little crazy. Yeah.
So when you go to one of these countries, wear long sleeve shirts is what you're saying.
Well, I do have a funny story about that. So it's one of the times, first or second time I was in Abu Dhabi, I had a little bit of downtime in the evening. So I went, there's a mosque there, the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. It's just an architectural masterpiece. And I wanted to go check it out. And it was about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I had a couple hours. So I went down there and I read all the rules, made sure I like
right
had all the customs. Cause I mean, I don't want to be that touristy American.
Sure.
That, oh, hell, I'm going, I'm American. I can do what I want. I wanted to make sure I followed all the customs, all the religious rules, all that. Read everything on the website, said nothing about tattoos. So, but I wore a collared shirt. I was in a polo, looking all normal, and get to the mosque, and I'm walking around just like everybody else there, all the tourists there taking pictures, which was fine. But I noticed I was getting kind of mean mugged by all these security people. And sure shit, they came up to me and they asked me, it was like 115 degrees outside. And they're like, do you have something where you could cover your tattoos? I'm like, do you have a jacket or a handkerchief or something? And I'm like, no, I'll just leave. And they're like, well, if you want, you can go. They're very nice, but they're like, that's against our religion and you're in a holy place. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave. That's fine. Like, no big deal. They're like, no, we want you to enjoy your time here. If you don't mind, you can go downstairs and we'll loan you cover up. And I'm like, my mind, I go, cover up would probably mean a full blown like dish dash robe to wear, where I would be dressed in like the local garments to go. And I was like, that's gonna make my pictures really fucking cool.
Yeah,
so I went downstairs, and sure as hell, I gave him my driver's license, and I got my own loaner garment to wear that covered everything up. So I got to like cruise around the mosque and see the mosque wearing the full. I guess I got the full experience.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one of my more crazy, just touristy experiences. When I travel, I try to see the sights, but not look like too much of a tourist. Because when I've been traveling to these places, I was there with work, so you have to kind of stay a little incognito.
Yeah.
Not draw any attention to yourself because of what we're doing and dealing. A lot of the customers we were dealing with were like the local governments and stuff. So I had to play by the rules and lay low. But yeah, that was kind of a more crazy one. I got some really cool pictures in a dish dash at the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. So that was rad.
Very, very cool, man. Well, I mean, it could have gone much worse, right?
Yeah. I mean, worst case, I guess they asked me to leave.
Abu Dhabi, they get a lot of people from all over the world, so I'm sure you're not the first tattooed person that they've.
Oh, for sure. I guess the only other good experience out there was my first time out there. I was in a town called Ruwais, which is north of Abu Dhabi. North, yeah, I think it's north. And I was driving to Dubai for the weekend, and I stopped at a gas station, and I was sitting there after I got done getting radio and stuff, like picking out music on my phone, sitting there. All of a sudden, my door opens up, and I'm like, excuse me? Like, all of a sudden, my heart stopped. Here I am in the middle of the desert, and somebody's opening my car door uninvited. Right. And I look up just terrified, and there's this little kid like shitting his pants because here what he sees is this bearded white guy with tattoos in his car. His car was identical, parked right next to me, and he just walked out of the gas station. Okay. It was jumping into the wrong car. Gotcha. But here I am thinking, oh shit, where's the hood? Here it comes. I'm about to be the next thing on the news. And this kid's thinking, who the fuck is in my car?
Yeah.
Where did it come from? So I guess that's one of my more exciting travel stories.
Obviously, you guys figured out he was.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was just a lot of lost in translation communication and hand gestures and high fives and then we were good.
Well, at least there were high fives, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
International sign of goodness, I guess. Yeah. High fives. So you were talking before we went on about a possible change in jobs.
Yeah.
Will you still be traveling? Do you know?
Open for it. I don't really know. I mean, it's a possibility. I've got a couple things in the works, which probably would not be as much travel, which would be kind of nice. I love to travel, but I did like 6 countries in 4 months last year at the end of the year. So having a little downtime and being kind of close to home is kind of a good thing.
Yeah. Right on, dude.
Yeah, but I'm open for it if it happens and I get to see the world some more on somebody else's dime. I'm okay with that too.
What's your favorite place you've gone to?
Oof.
I know people ask me that, and I'm like, yeah, it's like, well, in what regard?
Yeah, it really
Let's
depends.
just say as like, have you gone anywhere and played or seen a show that just blew you away?
I've actually never seen a show outside of the United States.
No.
I take that back. I've been to Canada, but yeah. So, but out of all the countries I've been, I think South Africa's probably been my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some really good friends there as well, though, so that probably helped. But that's a beautiful country, and I got to spend like a month there, so that was pretty cool. But I mean, every country has its own thing. Like being in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day was fun, and being just each place, I've got different stories of each. I love the UAE, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. The people are lovely. Super cool place to go hang out. Yeah, so it's kind of each place has its own thing that makes it cool. So it's kind of hard to pick a favorite at this point. But musically, I've only seen shows and been to shows in US and Canada. So we've all done that.
I'm trying to think if I've seen any shows in Canada. I don't think I have. I've only been to Canada a couple times.
Yeah, I've only been there for a day and a half total.
Okay.
We drove in, played Pooza Fest, and then turned around and we're back in New York the next day for a show. So it was just a turn and burn trip into Canada.
They usually go to Punk Rock Bowling, don't you?
Yes, and I'm gutted. This is the first year in. Actually, I've got the poster. The first year I went was in 2013. So this is the first year that I haven't gone in a long time, and it's brutal. It's lots of friends that I only see there that I've made at the festival, and
yeah,
it's just kind of strange. A lot of those bands. This is going to be a good lineup this year too. And my sister and her husband were going to go for a couple days with me, and it's kind of a bummer. But a lot of the bands are signing up to play next year, so
right. It's the same way. It's the same way with Wacken Open Air in Germany.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How many years have you gone to that?
Just last year.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to go this year. Had my plane ticket and had the festival ticket. And
ouch.
They've said that the tickets, we will be able to roll them over to next year, but we have to. We're going to have to contact them. They're going to give us a form. We could either get our money back, get a ticket for next year,
sure,
or something like that.
Yeah, same thing happened for Punk Rock Bowling for the festival, and then all the tickets for the club shows, like the after parties, they just refunded all that because that'll all change.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it'll be, I think, that much more exciting, but it'll be interesting to see what this brings for restrictions for live music moving forward. Because word on the streets is venues are going to be cutting capacities, and for the bands, there'll be no more like guarantees. It'll all be door deals, and so that's
going to be terrible.
The live music scene, and I've heard that's even going to be the case for like your bigger arena bands. They're no longer going to be, the venues won't be hoping for liquor and alcohol sales and giving guarantees. It'll all be straight door deals based on tickets sold. So it'll be an interesting world to see how, because I mean, most bands, especially smaller bands, touring during the week is garbage. So if you can't get any sort of guarantee, and it's just all based on sales, ticket sales at the door, that could really change the landscape for these touring bands.
I mean, it's almost like, fuck, dude. It's almost like not even worth it.
Yeah.
Like, you just stay in your region, like maybe a band in Houston who play Houston on Friday, Austin on Saturday, maybe San Antonio on Sunday. maybe.
Yeah.
Like Sundays are even hard, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. I remember. I mean, this is going back to like the early '90s. Dead Horse were remember them?
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure.
Okay. I mean, I know it's not exactly your speed, so I don't know. But everybody down here
With the
knew.
metal? Come on now.
Anyway, okay, all right. I'm sorry, Charlie. But they were based in Houston, and they would play like once a month in Houston. So because I remember me and my friends would always look to see where they played each month because they always played at a different venue.
Yeah.
Which was cool because I got to see all these different venues when I was younger, which I wouldn't have been able to go to. I wouldn't have gone to otherwise. So they would play a different venue in Houston once a month, but then they would go once a month to Austin, once a month to San Antonio, once a month to New Orleans. And then New Orleans had a big metal scene back then with, that's what they met Phil Anselmo from Pantera and Goat Horror and Crowbar and I Hate God, all those bands. So, but like other than that, I think they did one tour, and then that was it for them. They just were a regional band.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I've toured all over the country with bands of different levels. I mean, from bands that we were self-funding the entire trip to some of the bigger stuff I've done with Tsunami Bomb, where there's the guarantees and all that, which makes life a little bit easier. And it's definitely it looks glamorous from the outside, but it's definitely it's taxing, especially when you don't know night to night if you're going to make the ends meet to get from A to B. And I get the regional thing for sure. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of bands doing a lot more regional, not trying to make runs halfway across the country in 2 weeks just to get the exposure. It's going to be more live streams on the internet, which
indeed there is. I mean, that's been big. Have you been watching many of them?
I was, and then I'm having to limit it because I'm getting bummed by seeing like bands that are really awesome doing live streams from their garbage phones with garbage distorted sound. It's just not a good look. I get everybody's trying to get tips, get money, make with their time, do something, get together. But it's if you're gonna do it, spend some time, work on making it sound right before you put it for the world to see. Because I've seen some really awesome ones, but I've also seen some real garbage of bands just throwing an iPhone up in their practice room, which already sounds like shit, and then it's a hour of just distorted nonsense. I wouldn't personally do it, but there's been some really cool stuff though. There definitely has been some cool artists. So Tsunami Bomb did a benefit performance for a venue out in California, and neither the girls who are the lead singers of the band could actually be on the stream. So Dom and Andy, two of the guys in the band, actually did a live set, acoustic set on there of them basically covering their own songs as the two guys in the band doing the females songs. So it was that was entertaining, but other than that, it's the live streaming thing. I'm done with it personally. I've actually have never done podcasts or live streams. I've actually been interviewed on a couple during this downtime, and it's actually kind of I've gotten more into the whole podcasts and other types of streaming media, which is a little more entertaining than distorted iPhone music.
Well, thanks for being on here with me on this. We worked out our audio issues beforehand.
Yep.
Except for some reason we had some kind of connection issue. That was weird.
Yeah, that was strange. You just went and then it's like, oh shit, is this me or is this Rob? And I'm like, no, I'm still here. I'm still moving. And yeah. For
me, I lost everything. I had to basically restart it, but it was the same feed. We didn't lose a feed. I've had to I did have to restart the whole broadcast before. So it's tough, dude. It is. I think this time of day, it's the best time to get people to watch.
Sure.
But it's also the time that everybody's on the internet. So it's a double-edged sword. But it's been pretty good. I've been watching on Facebook, and I've got it up on my YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, looks good.
Of course it does. You have an angel on it.
An angel? What? Oh, you're talking about yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Oh man, so what else is going? So you're keeping busy. You're making some music. You got your new album coming out hopefully soon.
Yep, that's kind of my world right now. And now that I'm retired, it's kind of nice.
So
short-term retirement from work, so it's been allowing me to focus on the Steadfast stuff, which is awesome because as busy as we all were, it's this break's actually given us some time to focus on just submitting the record for reviews and kind of doing some administrative stuff for the band. Got the website knocked out. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm filling my time, is just with creative stuff. It's actually been nice. I haven't stopped kind of from a work perspective in 10 years. So having a few weeks downtime is kind of nice, because when the lockdown first started, I was supporting work stuff internationally. I had 12 offices that were all working remotely that I was having to support. So now all of a sudden I went from working 15 hours a day during lockdown to having all day long to do absolutely whatever the hell I chose. So it's kind of a nice break. So kind of just catching up on life. It's been pretty good.
Well, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I will post this up again. Go to steadfasthtx.com and subscribe to their YouTube. They need to get to 100 so they can get a better YouTube address.
Name. Yes.
Yeah. That's the YouTube has these weird milestones. So
yeah.
You got to get to 100 before you can get a name. You got to get to 1,000 before you can stream live from your cell phone, because they don't want
it to become TikTok or.
I think that changed when people, like when the guy in New Zealand shot up the mosques.
Yeah.
He streamed it live on YouTube.
Gotcha.
So Facebook, you can stream live all you want. It doesn't matter. But YouTube, they put a restriction. You got to have 1,000 subscribers. And to make any money, to monetize, YouTube will put ads on everybody's videos. But for you to get a chunk of that advertisement, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and have 4,000 hours watched in the last 12 months.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah,
so they make a lot of money off of everyone else.
Yes, that's their whole business model, man.
I mean, I get it. You got to make money, but
yeah, I mean, same thing. Every social media is like that,
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm close. But right. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. Hit the like button. Leave a comment if you like Charlie's manly beard.
Oh, my quarantine beard.
It's quarantine beard. Yeah, leave a comment about something. Where's the craziest place that you took a shit? Not you. You were talking about Bangladesh. The whole.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
I'm asking the viewers.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm asking the viewers. Leave a comment and let us know where the craziest place you took a shit was. And we'll make sure to mention you on the next show. And yeah, watch the videos. I'm close. I'm close to the monetization. So I just need some people to watch some more.
Is that a rolling annual? So if you lose that amount of hours in 12 months, they
boot you off. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
You get demonetized.
They charge you to be on there.
Well, they don't charge you to be on. I actually do pay for YouTube Premium. So I pay like $12, $13 a month just so I don't have to see the ads.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I think there's some other features with it too, but I don't know, dude. It's a scam. It's all a scam.
It's the internet's a scam.
The internet's a scam. But I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make something happen here.
Absolutely, it's awesome.
So give Charlie's band a listen when they put their stuff out. I can't wait to have that vinyl in my hands.
Yes. We've got our, like I said, we've got our single on Spotify, Apple Music right now. We've got the video we shot for it on YouTube. Go to steadfasthtx.com, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, Charlie, I'm going to let you go. Thanks. I'm going to say a few things after I let you go, but thanks for joining us, man.
Cheers. All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right, guys, that was Charlie. I've known Charlie for a long time. That was a lot of fun. So that was our COVID conversation. Tomorrow at noon Texas time. I think I'm going to say Texas time instead of Central Daylight Time because I'm in Texas, damn it. So tomorrow at noon at Texas time, that'll be 5 p.m. Icelandic time. I'm going to be joined by my friend Gester from Morpholith. They are a doom band, participated in the Wacken Metal Battle last year. They won Iceland and they got to play Wacken. So I'm going to get to talk to him about that. They've got some new music coming up. And the whole band, they're huge gearheads. So he really wanted to talk about their gear. So we're going to talk to him tomorrow at noon. On Monday, it's Star Wars Day. I go back to college, and I'll talk to my friend Ozzy at 7. On Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, we're going to have a Cinco de Mayo party with Forebode from Austin. And that's all I have planned for right now. So I'm talking to some other people about doing some stuff. But if you're interested in being on one of these COVID conversations, doesn't matter who you are. If you just want to chat with me for an hour and stream it to the world, feel free to contact me and let's make some internet history together. So with that being said, thanks for watching. I'm Rob Zip, and this has been the Most Epic Adventures. See you tomorrow.